St. Augustine is also focusing on racial issues, the civil rights movement, and Dr. King.
As the nation's oldest city prepares to celebrate its 450th anniversary, the city next week will open a new exhibit on the African-American experience. Channel 4's Kumasi Aaron got a preview.
The exhibit doesn't officially open until Monday, but as you can see, some of the pieces are already here. And I spoke with some people who experienced some of these things firsthand. They say this exhibit really means a lot. This is the lunch counter at Woolworth's in St. Augustine, where protesters staged a sit-in in 1963. More than 50 years later, it's just one of the pieces of history on display at the exhibit Journey, 450 years of the African-American experience. For 90-year-old St. Augustine native Barbara Vickers, it brings back memories of her involvement in the city's civil rights movement.
We had a telephone tree. We'd call each other when the Klans was coming through, because they would shoot out our lights every night. And anytime they saw a light, you know a bullet was coming.
But the exhibit covers more than just the civil rights era. Dana St. Clair, director of the St. Augustine 450th commemoration, says it tells the story of the African-American experience, a story that began in St. Augustine in 1565.
The evidence of the first African-American child born in the United States, evidence of the first African-American couple married in 1598. Those are incredible, epic moments in national history and American history. And they belong to us in St. Augustine.
I am dressed as one of the colonists who was most likely a soldier.
It's a story that James Bullock brings to life. He hopes the information and artifacts displayed here will change the way many people view the city's original colonists.
I believe it's an inspiration to us as Americans to realize that not all blacks were slaves and that not all slaves were black.
From St. Augustine's Fort Mose, the country's first freed black settlement, to the Underground Railroad, which ran south to St. Augustine. And pictures of Dr. King marching through the city tell just one part of the civil rights movement here, which many credit with helping pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964. 4.5 centuries of history, Vickers hopes will strike a chord with the community, especially its younger members.
All of these things are here for the kids to see. I'm just so glad maybe it'll wake them up and they'll appreciate what our forefathers did and what we did.
Again, the exhibit officially opens on Monday to coincide with the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. It will remain open until July 15th. In St. Augustine, Kumasi Aaron, Channel 4, the local station.